So we've got this 88 Chevy Blazer in our shop today, and the cruise control and the turn signal here, they actually still work, but they just don't look good. Now we're redoing the entire interior in this. You should be able to see the video on that. Make sure you subscribe and it'll make it easier to find. Now when you think about this switch right here, you think, well man, it's all buried in this. It's going to be really hard to get to, but it's not really. It actually just pulls on out. So you can see this end on here, and you can see that it's got this little tab right here, and it's got this little notch right here. Now, when we're going to be pulling this out, it comes out relatively easy, and when we put it back in, we got to make sure that that slot right there is measuring up with the slot right in there, so we get everything in the right position, don't do any damage. One of the little, so that's not really that complicated, you know, but getting the wire in and out is a little bit of a trick, so I'll show you how to do that. And it's a little bit loose. I suspect that my screw right here just got loosened up over the years, so I'm going to try to tighten that up too. I'll be doing that by taking off this plate right here. It's got a little ring down in there that you have to get a little clip in order to get this off. So give me a second to get a couple of little things and I'll be right back, you hear? So I'm obviously a little step ahead because the steering wheel's already off. When I was cleaning everything up, I wanted to get it out of my way. Now, one quick little thing I want to tell you about taking your steering wheel off is that the threads on the end of the column right here, they're very important, and when you're trying to pull off your steering wheel, then you can do damage to those. So what you want to do is make sure that you leave the nut on and have it relatively close to the top, so that when you are applying pressure on this, if it slips off, it won't do any damage to your threads. So that's our little helpful handy hint for the day. Now we're going to use this, and this does not come in every steering wheel removal kit. It just comes in the ones that are a couple of extra bucks, not that much. And you just screw this right on, and then we're going to put this on. And the reason we're doing this is that we're going to tighten this up. It'll take this metal plate right here, it'll push it down, and then I'll be able to get to that clip a lot easier. Now when I'm placing this on, I want to make sure that it is hitting good solid metal. There's a lot of slots in these that you can see, and we don't want to place it in any of those areas. We want to have good meat that we're attaching this to. And we don't have to crank this down crazy or anything. We just got to take it down enough to get that little bitty clip off of there. So I'll hold on to this while I'm turning this down. And that's it. Just a couple of turns is probably all I'll need. Let's see. Now, maybe a couple of more. All right. So I got a little screwdriver here, and I just got to get the clip popped out of the ring that it's in. So sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's hard. Sometimes I use one of these. There we go. Okay, so I have one screwdriver on one side holding it secure while I get my awl right here, and then I can separate it a little bit. Oh, there we go. So you got to kind of get it to separate and then pull up a bit. All right, now I can take this off. So I don't need to take this all the way off. I can just get it out this far and I can rotate it, and now I can get to that screw and tighten it up, and I can get to the other screws too and tighten them up if I needed. If you needed to take this off the rest of the way, you would just need to take the clip off the rest of the way. You can get to the horn ring right here, and the tension on all this is the spring that's underneath right here. Those get lost and misplaced a lot of times when people are working on steering columns, so make sure you don't do that. Now that I've got that all set, I can put this back on and get my clip back on, and then we'll get putting our switch in. So I'm ready to install the switch, and you can see it's got this long wire on it. So how do we get this long wire fed all the way through? What we're going to do is take this one out, and this just pulls out. It's not bolted in or anything like that. It came out really nice, easy for me because, of course, I double checked to make sure it pulled out easy before we started filming, so I didn't look weird trying to pull it out. Now I'm going to take this wire here and I'm going to cut it off right there, okay? And then what we'll do is simply tape this onto the end, and then we can go ahead and find the other end of this, which is on this style truck right here. Occasionally you'll find them in different places, just idiosyncrasies over the years, or people messing around with stuff. So I'll disconnect it from right here, I'll tape it right here, and then I'll carefully feed it through, pulling on the old wire, bringing the new wire in. Now while I'm doing that, I might have to do miscellaneous things like tilt the column up and down to get it in the corner here and things. I might have to pull it up and down, jiggle jaggle with it and such, but it'll go down there sooner or later. Yep. Now you're going to want to take this right here and you're going to want to push it up, because this is kind of fat right here to get in there, and you got to be really careful. You got to really make sure you've got this secured. If you're not sure that you got it secure enough, you can get wire on there, that flexible kind of wire that you use to hang pictures and things, and then really wrap it on there. I'm feeling reasonably confident on this one, so wish me some luck, because if it falls off inside of here, now you're really in trouble. So I'm pushing down the same time I'm pulling out. I'm going to try to adjust this different ways and see. Seems like I got me a little stick about right here somewhere. Oops, that's not good. No, all right, that didn't work. Okay, the tape didn't hold on that. I got a little catch right down in here and it pulled it off. So now what I got to do is just get a thin wire here and feed it through. Now the easiest way I found to do that is to simply feed it through this hole and have your steering column tilted all the way up. That'll give you a little crack right down here, and you can use something like this to reach up inside and pull the wire out. And I realize that's awkward, it seems weird, but the only reason we're doing it is so that I can kind of get a straight shot this way. When I'm pushing the wire here, it won't go and make a 90-degree turn and then go straight. So I do it like this, and now I've got my straight wire. Make sure that it's good and straight, and I can fish it through here and get it down to the end. And this might take me 1 or 2 times too, but I'll have it here in just a minute, so stick around. So now I'm pulling through the bottom here, and I'll pull it all the way through. Okay, so now we can see how this is working here. I'm actually going to put it the rest of the way through here towards my switch. Okay, there we go. So now what we're going to do this time, so that it does not come off, is make it a little bit more secure. Guess I could have gone with a shorter wire on that. So I'll get a wire stripper. I'm going to strip off about 1 inch or more. I'll spin it around. And then on the end of this, it might be difficult to see in the camera, but there's a real small hole in that. So I can take my wire and I can feed it through that small hole. Then I can twist off my wire and it'll be more secure. I think I'm going to strip off just a little bit more wire, make it a little bit easier. And then hopefully this is going to work. Dentist is happy with me. All right, so that should be more secure. Let's see what kind of luck we got this time. So I'm going to stand up when I push it in. It's going to block the whatever, but...
Fine, I got the other thing. All right, go ahead.
All right, so what I want you to know is a couple little things here. You got this little protrusion right here, and you have a little protrusion here, and you have a little protrusion here. So this first protrusion, it'll go right into this slot right here, and then you'll see the other slots right here. So we'll get this one piece first into that slot. And it'll go like that. Then we're going to take this right here and we're going to line up the slots for it because they don't all move in unison. Now when this goes in, you'll hear a little click. You'll feel it snap in and then it'll be hard to get back out. In order to get it in that last little bit, sometimes what you'll need to do is take the end of this right here and twist it a little bit, because you remember that first little protrusion on that first piece, when you slide that in, sometimes you'll have to jiggle this a little bit more while you're making sure the other two slots line up when you get it in that last little bit. So that's what that looks like. All right, now all I got to do is connect this wire back down here and we are all ready to go. My name is David Welch. I'm here at Brothers Tech Center every single Tuesday, bolting things like this on, so when you have to do it, you don't have any questions. I am your buddy that's going to come help you every single Tuesday, so you make sure you subscribe and check us out on Instagram and Facebook too, because, you know, that's what they're all doing these days.